And I'm not trying to poo-poo or hand slap the the big corpse.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that this is something that is missing in a lot of, well, at least where I live. I come to the next state over or so in order to find it. That's kind of what's going on. Do you think people have gamers changed much? The people who buy these games, do you think that the 10-year-old has changed his opinion and his tastes have evolved since 98?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Really?
Without a doubt. I mean, people have changed. The tastes have changed. There's a lot more people just into it in general.
Yeah, right.
In '98, the guys who played football didn't play video games.
Right.
The football players and the cheerleaders did not play video games.
Right.
Now they do.
That's cool.
That it has expanded a lot more.
Do you think that the quality of the software deserves that kind of growth? I mean, are games getting better? It's something I've asked a lot of my gaming friends. Do you think so or no?
I think some have.
Mm-hmm.
Most haven't.
Okay, so
most have been stagnant since 3D.
Okay, so okay, yeah.
Since 3D, there hasn't been a big. No, there hasn't been that big leap again.
Okay.
But
Grand Theft Auto 4 wants to change that.
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
It's been a slow growth.
Okay.
Okay.
From my experience, I would say that the quality of the average game has risen to a much greater height than particularly during the 128, the Dreamcast to the Xbox period. I think games have gotten to such a degree of quality that it's left this new generation, forced this new generation of games to top that. In a lot of ways, has left us kind of at what I worry is kind of a stalemate.
Yeah.
A lot of games, the Bullet, I think, is Game of the Year. People love shooting stuff.
Yeah.
And the Bullet is the MVP. It's in all the games. It's the point. Now, arguably, since Space War, that's the point. Video games really, at their origin, are shooting stuff.
Shooting stuff.
And as I get older, I tend to get more simple in my taste. So I'm all about the shooters. I've come in here and bought some shooters. I love the shooters. But I kind of worry about the growth for the casual markets, as they're called.
Yeah.
If we maintain a very video game quality without expanding beyond the fact that things are now in 3 dimensions.
Yeah.
And
I think the quality, the Nintendo's going to be the one that'll bring it to the average gamers.
Yeah.
They've shown they can do that.
And
it's working, so they'll, they can handle that. And they'll be the ones to bring it to the casual, to everybody.
Right, the everyman. I don't know if this is just me. It could be, but one of my very favorite sites online is this place called Sega 16. Now, this is a site for Sega Genesis Mega Drive fans, and it's I don't know how many kids are plugged into this website, but they post their own reviews, and they basically are in love with this machine, and they talk all about it.
Yeah.
I have found that even on this mega small, comparatively small site where it's pure favoritism, they still kind of dog on games. Like, they kind of criticize more than they applaud these games. And I tend to feel, and I know now a big question is, are the games media, like IGN, GameSpot, these places, are they being too nice to video game designers? And I think that it seems to me like we're being very negative toward video games. So even on these old forums, you have, a 16-bit game that came out in 94. Even, and perhaps because of this kind of historical context, people will just wag a finger at this game, even though they say they love the Genesis. 90% of the software that they review is thumbs down big time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I'm not sure if that says more about hindsight, or nostalgia, or the games, or the players, or what.
I think part of it's nostalgia. There's a lot of games that you had to be there at the time to appreciate them.
Yeah, I'm sure as a Coleco fan, or someone who played it, certainly knows.
That at the time, it was amazing. Since then, it's been done a million times. It's been done a million times better.
Yeah.
But at the time, that was the one to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a big part of it, is playing it at the right time.
Do you think, I know that compilations are big.
Yeah.
And these, we now have arcade, the dream is having Arcade Perfect in the home, and now we're getting literal arcade games in our house. Do you think that the new kids, from what you can tell and hear from your purchases, do new kids, do you think, respect the heritage of all this stuff?
Some do. Most don't.
Most don't? Okay.
Most don't. Little kids do.
Really?
Young kids. You can still hand a 6-year-old Pac-Man.
Yeah, okay.
And he loves it.
Yeah.
You can hand him, I've got one kid that comes in here with his dad, he's probably 5.
Okay.
Can beat Final Fight.
Awesome. A fantastic
One
game.
credit.
Awesome.
And he's 5.
Okay.
Interesting. But that's what he likes because it's 2 buttons.
Sure.
And he runs around and he beats stuff up.
Sure, and it's pure in a sense. Yeah.
And so, and then as they get older, they get more worried about what all their friends are playing.
Yeah.
And everything else, and then they tend to grow out.
Right. Interesting. Yeah, so do you have do these youngsters come in, when they hit their 7s and 8s and maybe thumb through your older stuff, or does the 3DO collection you have here just get totally bypassed? Not that it's a machine that is really that fantastic, but I know that's the first one I check out.
3DO does totally get bypassed, but now old Nintendo stuff is a whole nother bag.
Okay.
I get tons of kids come in
Yeah.
that are playing old Nintendo
There's
stuff.
some awesome stuff on it.
And it's nice to see.
Yeah.
Because I see all the time parents come in with 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids, and they go, okay, we got him an Xbox. What's good? Nothing.
Burn.
I mean, just not, it's just not a machine for an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I would agree with that, actually.
If you would have said he was 16, I would have went, oh, he's going to want this, and this. And
they all have bullets on them.
Yeah.
Or wheels.
Yeah. Or a man grimacing.
Yeah, absolutely. Preferably on both front and back cover.
Yeah. But, it's just, but it's not, it doesn't have a good selection of kid-friendly games.
Yeah.
So you've got kids growing up thinking that Ty the Tasmanian Tiger is good.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No.
Good at all. Weak. It's, and they think, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro are good.
Yeah.
And
they're better.
They're better.
They're a step up.
But they're only good if they don't have to compete against Mario and Sonic.
Exactly. Right. They're Blasto territory.
Yeah. And these kids are, and so it is nice when you do see a parent that got the kid a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
At least he's playing this, the Marios, the Sonics.
Definitely.
He's got a Genesis, he's got a Super Nintendo, he's got an NES.